The only thing slower than the DMV is YouTube responding to a problem. When it comes to YouTube addressing a situation or fixing an issue, they take the scenic route. Most of the time, it's just wildly inefficient. It feels like their strategy for handling problems or issues is just to cross their fingers, close their eyes, plug their ears, and just pray that whatever the problem is, it doesn't result in a viral tweet. Because that seems to be the only kryptonite to Superman here. That is the only time YouTube's arm is ever twisted enough to finally address or rectify something. At least that's the way it has been for a long time. I do think they are getting a bit better at it. But in the case of IShowSpeed here, with the situation that happened yesterday, I have never seen YouTube move this fast. In the 17 years I've been on the platform, I have never seen this side of YouTube. They fired on the turbo jets. They engaged the NOS boosters in order to quickly explain what's going on with the whole IShowSpeed situation. I'll go ahead and bring you up to speed on the lore, just in case you don't know what the situation is. IShowSpeed is YouTube's biggest streamer, and yesterday while streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, he really rocked out with his cock out. He got a jump scare from Chica, which resulted in him thrusting at the webcam until his dick flopped out. I tell you, those damn Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics are so quirky that sometimes penis will just come out of nowhere. But yeah, IShowSpeed was overreacting to the jump scare for the sake of entertaining his audience, and then he took it to the next level by saying that he wants to fuck Chica and started thrusting at the webcam, and then his wiener just ended up on stream and flashed the entire audience, which of course became a huge story online and a huge question mark as to what would happen next. A lot of people are wondering if YouTube was going to give him a strike or if they're going to outright ban his channel because nudity is against their rules. And YouTube has swiftly come out to answer this question. YouTube says that they're not going to ban him or anything like that, or even give him a strike. It'll just be business as usual. He's fine to continue moving forward on the platform as he has been. They stated that while it was a violation of their policy, the fact that Speed removed the broadcast and everything associated with it means that he was in the clear. Which to me makes me think that YouTube actually factored in that it was an accident. I highly doubt he wanted to become known as IShowMeat as a result from all of this. I don't think it was a premeditated cock jump scare. Now, I said this in the last video, but I'm going to mention it again here, and it's something everyone else has mentioned as well. IShowSpeed's main audience is on the younger side of things. There's a lot of kids that watch him. Plus, he was streaming Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a horror franchise that has a very large audience with younger viewers. So I really don't think the argument of this potentially being on purpose for the sake of attention and publicity is a strong argument. Like, I don't think there's any world where Speed actually planned to expose himself in front of this audience playing this game. Because if he did, that would be the stupidest idea ever, and he would probably be looking at a much more serious case than just a potential strike on YouTube. So I highly doubt that this was a scheme. I really don't think that this idea crossed his mind for content like, I'm gonna throw my meat at the webcam and it's gonna generate all kinds of headlines. Like, I just really don't think that was the case. And I think YouTube gets the same impression that it wasn't on purpose, because I don't think usually they would allow this to be just a squeaky clean, go forward and don't do it again type situation. Because I recall a few times in the past there have been channels that have uploaded either softcore pornography or just full-blown porn, and even though they removed the content shortly after posting it, they still either faced strikes for it or just outright termination. So the fact that they're not doing either of those in the Speed case makes me believe that they actually did have a human review of the situation here and eventually deemed that it wasn't on purpose, thus they shouldn't be super harsh with the policy enforcement here. I don't think this is the norm with their nudity policy. I don't think people are going to be able to get away with, pretending that something was accidental. Like, if you're doing a stream, for example, I go live right now, I take off all my clothes, I'm bare ass naked, and I start juggling my balls at the webcam before going offline. I don't think I could get away with deleting that footage and then being okay. I'm sure I would probably face a strike bare minimum because I had planned to do that and knowingly broadcast content that violates the YouTube terms. Whereas here, It doesn't seem like that was ever the plan. It seemed like what Speed wanted was an over-the-top, loud reaction that went out of control. Overall, I'm pretty surprised that it didn't even result in a strike. YouTube's not exactly a platform that's known for its leniency when it comes to their rules. They never take context in consideration when it comes to anything with their policies. They've always shown themselves to be cutthroat, no mercy, and won't even listen to your side of a situation. So I was stunned to see that this resulted in them just being like, hey, it happens. Carry on. But anyway, that's the most recent update on this whole story. But I do want to give a quick mention to a really degenerate clip that I just saw floating around about Adin Ross's response to this.
Bro, guys, stop talking about his penis. I don't give a fuck. I've seen it thousands of times. I've known Speed for years. I've seen it in person thousands of times. I don't care. I saw it and I laughed. I smiled. I don't care, bro.
IShowSpeed just turned 18. He just turned 18 this year. And Adin is saying that he's seen his penis in person thousands of times? What the fuck, man? I don't know if he's just trying to make some kind of weird pedophile joke about himself, or if he's just being totally honest, going mask off about seeing a kid's penis thousands of times over the years that he's known him. It's just disturbing. Why would you have seen a child's penis thousands of times? It makes it seem like you were grooming him. Like, the only way Speed could stay your friend was if he kept showing you his wiener or something like that with the way you're speaking about it. It is scary. That's some frightening shit. Again, I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but if it was, that is a weird one to make. That's setting off all kinds of alarm bells, red buzzers blaring. That is a big old self-report there. That is a joke that you couldn't torture someone enough to make. Seeing a minor's penis thousands of times. Meanwhile, Adin's just openly stating it, admitting to it with a big old smile on his face, bouncing up and down in his seat, super giddy to share the information that he's apparently seen IShowSpeed's penis thousands of times over the years before he was 18. Creepy. Very creepy. But anyway, yeah, that's really about the whole update on the situation as of right now. That's about it. See ya.